Have you ever played paper, scissors, rock, and how does it affect your relationship? Let me tell you, this will change a lot of perceptions. I'm Tracy Clark, the creator and founder of the TLC Body Regeneration Academy, teaching you how to go from old earth to new earth, blue pill to red pill in bite-sized chunks. Yeah, focusing on health, wealth, and intuition. Everything is a frequency, everything is a vibration. And when you learn this, you will actually become the master of your life. I was my own test subject, told by many experts since birth that I shouldn't be here, and I've proved them all wrong and transformed my whole life by going within. It affects every area. Now, if you've ever played paper, scissors, rock, I want to show you. So, click the like, subscribe, and share, please. It helps us out. Okay. Now, the rock, see it as a woman. The paper, see it as a man. When you play paper, scissors, rock, the paper always trumps the rock, right? So if you look at the male energy and the female energy, they actually are meant to be like this. That's why we procreate, right? Just like the rest of the world, there's a male and a female, and that's how we procreate, and that is a base energy. So I'm just talking men and women, okay? That's what we're doing today. Okay, so male, female energy, and here it is. So what happened is when feminism actually came in, which was created by the authoritative bodies, which is how you've been programmed your whole life, or the DS, however you want to label it, they started to infiltrate all of these, the nanny state infiltrated all these belief systems. Now, I'm not saying you can't work, and I'm not saying there isn't progress, but they started to infiltrate these belief systems, but it was based on them actually, these authoritative bodies needing to create more taxation base. And if the family was weakened, they had more power because you'd be more stressed and you'd be more distracted. So they know energetically what they're doing. There's a reason they don't teach you any of this in school, and they call it woo-woo, is because they know the power of it. And I'm going to do another video for you on that with involving frequencies and cancers, and you'll see. I'm sure once you wake up, you understand all of this. So we want to learn more. If you want to know how to shift it, join me in the Miraculous Academy below. Now, what happens is, so this is female and this is male energy. So if all of a sudden the female energy is here and you're trying to compete with the male energy, we're going to get a lot of friction. Or if you want to be a man and you're a woman, you're going to be on top of this male energy. So a lot of men right now, they always are saying, I don't even know if I open the door, close the door, pay the bill. I don't want to. If you want to do that, like, be rude, go ahead. So we've had all of these ideas that have been seeded, which has created a lot of confusion in the energy. So if you go back to base energy, if you learn to start to read energy, and all of this becomes noise, because the male energy, no matter how you want to spin it, no matter what you want to implant in belief systems, this male energy is always a hunter-gatherer energy. So if you go back to old days, yes, they would go out, they'd kill the buffalo, and they would come home, and the women would cook it, and they would nurture them, and they'd have children, and they had a harmony. They sort of knew how each of them worked, like this, right? So in present days, you still need the harmony. So men don't kill the buffalo and bring it home, but they go and they make money, and typically they'll make more money than women, but not always, right? But that's a whole other conversation. But basically that's what they do, and then they provide, and there's your home, and women provide in the other way, right? Again, it flows. And during this conversation, you want to start having a flow of what actually the male energy you expect and what the female energy expects. And if you're on the same page, you'll always be like this. And you always need to check in with each other every year. And I will do another video how you check in because you've requested it. So, and you want that energy, and it's always like this, you'll be in more harmony. What happens is when women start to want to compete with their men, then their insecurities come up, and they also start to feel energetically. They now don't know where their place is. Their place has to always go back to hunter, gatherer, protector of their family. So all of a sudden, if they're not protecting the family, the woman will actually get distracted or very angry, and she won't know why. Because when you feel protected as a woman and the man is over you, it's like, they got you for anything. That's why people like Yellowstone, right? They let their ladies, they're strong, they're crazy, but, they just listen to them. They're not giving them advice. They're like, got to go do what I got to do, got to go protect my family kind of thing. And that's why people like that. But people are trying to dissect it when the bottom line is why people like those kind of men, women do, is because it's a hunter-gatherer mentality at the core. The rest of this is life. So as men, if they can always remember, my job is protector, hunter-gatherer of my family unit. And women, your job is to nurture. And, also a lot of praise goes a long ways, guys. Praise goes a long more further than money, right? So now if it's like, thank you for doing that, and thank you for doing that, and coming back from the man as well, like, thank you for providing the way you do when you go out or you're at home, but the woman, like, thank you, I really appreciate that, because the male has to be still the head of the family. I'm not talking control, I'm not talking dictator, I'm not talking any of that. And a lot of people, they've been so confused, they get that confused, and I'm not gonna get mad, tell me what to do. Well, you're also in a male energy versus how can we communicate, have the conversation so we are both in harmony, we're both in agreement. But most women don't want to be men. They just actually want to be taken care of. And men all of a sudden say, well, it's about my pocketbook. It's about my pocketbook. It's only about my pocketbook, which is actually not true. It's not. It is a vibration. Nurture, hunter-gatherer. And as soon as you women go into hunter-gatherer, you're doing this. Now you're emasculating the man. Not saying you can't make money, not saying you can't make more, but you still got to let them be strong in their hunter-gatherer and protection energy. And when you allow that to come back, this is what happens. And your harmony in the relationship is better. So no matter what the nanny state wants to tell you, because their division of the family was so they could get a better tax base and create more stress and distraction, and they got really good at it in 1971. They got excellent at it, right? They started in the 60s, but then it really pushed into 1971 and was programmed into the schools. And that's that energy. Like I say, hunter-gatherer, nurture, right? Thank you, appreciation, goes both ways. Protect, hunter-gatherer, nurture. Your relationship will go like this. That is how the energy of a male and female is supposed to be. But we have too many relationships doing this or this. And this has been made on purpose, where now all the single moms and the dads are like, screw you, I'm not going to pay. And yeah, that's another story. The court systems are very much out of alignment. But this is not going to work. It doesn't work in a relationship. It really doesn't, because it really starts to then put your energy on top. And this is where the male insecurity will come out. And a lot of times, if they haven't done their inner work, or you haven't done your inner work, depending if you're male or female, this energy, people aren't even looking at what it is. And the insecurities that come from our family programming, that come from school, right? That come from competition. You know, a lot of men and women, I'm losers because I'm not like that. No, you're not. You have to do the inner work and see where your strengths are, where your worthiness is, and that vibration and frequency will go out, which will attract better opportunities to you, will attract a lot of things. I see this in my practice every day, where people are wanting better money. I'm like, well, then you got to learn about it and change your vibe inside. I don't want to do that. I just want to sit on my couch. It doesn't work that way. The secret to the secret they didn't tell you in the secret, you have to have an action. But you have to start by creating it, changing your vibration, and doing things different. Which again, come join me in the Miraculous Academy. I teach you in bite-sized chunks, 7 days a week pretty much, live and all on point on health, wealth, intuition. But I also answer your questions, your concerns, and we have group calls so we can shift the energy together. But you're constantly learning. And when you change your perception on many things, you'll change your life. And when you learn to stop blaming others for the circumstances, trust me, I was the biggest martyr out there. When you stop blaming others and go within, that's the biggest gift you can give yourself. And it's also the biggest way that you can actually really show up in your world and show somebody a different you. So when you keep changing inside, your outside world will continue to reflect that. All right, I love you guys. Have a great day. Click the like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you again.